before I get into that, I want to ask all you guys to cover your ears. I don't want to raise their blood pressure with what I'm about to talk about. This is all about trials, all right? And so my esteemed law partners here, when they hear that word, their blood pressure goes up. Igor in particular starts saying, "Oh, take some doubles."
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to yet another CHG Weekly Recap. We are CHG, your South Florida personal injury law firm, and we're very excited to see you today. Coming live from Finca. We have to give a shout out to be allowed to film here. It's a thing. Anyway, if you don't know, the CHG Weekly Recap is designed to give you all an insight into what it's like in a week living in the CHG law partners' lives. With that being said, we're going to start off with my favorite CHG partner, Cam Cornish, to see what Cam Cornish has been up to this week. I dedicated this entire week to marketing. I did very little legal work and all marketing. Been building stuff, and well, I finally got something finished, which is nice. And that particular system is going to start up tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. Oh, I got my stitches removed yesterday, and so I'm a little freer now than I was before. But for all those who were worried, and I know you were worried because I assume you were, since my partners didn't ask me how I was doing.
This is true. I wasn't worried.
This is true. Yeah. So what? I will leave that.
Wait, what happened exactly?
My feelings were hurt, and so I needed surgery to stitch them back together, and they threatening to break apart right now. Anyway, so that's what's been going on here, and that's been my week. Building. John Sullivan, what have you been up to this week, man?
Before I get into that, I want to ask all you guys to cover your ears. I don't want to raise their blood pressure with what I'm about to talk about. This is all about trials, all right? And so my esteemed law partners here, when they hear that word, their blood pressure goes up. Igor in particular starts saying, "Oh, take some doubles."
Who were the last two people that were in trial at this table?
In trial, did you take it to verdict?
Who was in trial? Who was in trial?
Not you.
When's the last time John took a verdict on a trial? Huh?
Actually, more apt is what was that verdict?
In any event,
John doesn't want to talk about that. Okay.
So back in January, when we had our LQM, our live quarterly meeting, we had developed a plan of, we're going to start being more aggressive about the way we litigate cases and how we push them along, and filed a whole bunch of trial notices, got a whole bunch of stuff set for trial. Problem is, in January, to get stuff set, earliest you're looking at is about 6-7 months down the road. And so we're now 6-7 months down the road. And so I opened my calendar this week. I had a whole bunch of deadlines of, expert disclosures, witness lists, the typical trial stuff that kind of cues up like, hey, we're about to do this thing. And that was pretty cool. It kind of got the juices flowing for me again, that I'm probably about 45, 60 days
this
out.
This is a family-friendly video. I don't know if we want to talk about your juices flowing, bro.
Figures you think about that, right? But it got me pretty excited because we're right on the cusp of some really good cases, good liability, big damage cases that we're going to be trying this summer. And it was cool to kind of knock out all that stuff and really get my mind right about, lining these cases up and getting ready to try them. And, that's pretty much been my week. So I'm getting excited. We got some stuff coming down the pike around the corner, and that's what I've been up to. The other thing that was pretty crazy for me this week is when I walked into Finca today, I saw Dylan's shorts. And so I don't know if you want to, if that's what you call them.
I know, because I'm sitting next to you, you would want me to stand up so I could be, high level with you, John.
I've never seen shorts shorter than what Dylan's wearing right now. So if you want to test that theory, but short shorts, what have you been up to?
I don't want to test that theory.
Yeah, and you guys don't want to see it, believe me.
That's debatable. But this past week, it's been a hell of a week. Just been really crazy all over the place. The past several months has been one of those things where just kind of looking back, it's hard to really remember what I did during the week, because it felt like I had my hand in so many different jars. Whether it was kind of helping John kind of like fucking litigate his cases, or negotiate and have conversations for him, or trying them for him. Like I don't know what the hell I've been doing half the time. But on a serious note, it's really just been kind of like a lot of admin stuff, getting things organized, getting things kind of ready, and to get ahead of the work that we got. I was able to kind of negotiate a couple cases here and there. And to be honest, like what I did this past week really wasn't all that interesting. What I do want to do is take the time to actually show some love to one of our colleagues, and that's Ira Combs. He's one of the attorneys that we have working at the law firm. He did a hell of a job for one of his clients. Basically, we do a lot of trial work for other law firms down here in South Florida and that don't primarily litigate. They had an issue issue where it looks like a check had accidentally been deposited in their trust account, and the insurance company on the other side thought that that meant it settled. And for some people, they might think that that's accurate, but the reality was there was no meeting of the minds and no real agreement between the parties, and certainly the client didn't give any permission. So we filed the lawsuit. The insurance company did what was expected. They filed a motion to dismiss, which was improper at the time. The judge did what some judges do, and that is granted it, even though the law didn't permit it. And, despite the fact that most law firms would not appeal it, because really the damages and stuff like that at the time that were being argued weren't really that high. For us, just out of principle, you can't do that. So you got to appeal it. So Ira really did a hell of a job and did all the legal research, although he's not an appellate attorney. He put together the appeal, and no, listen, he's doing great. And he went ahead and wrote a great brief. We went ahead and kind of made sure that everything was kind of polished on that end, and he submitted it. Long story short, the insurance company came up from basically a fraction of the policy to offering the entire policy once the appellate court wasn't providing any more extensions to the defense firm to delay the case any longer. And he just got a hell of a result for his client, and that just kind of came in today. So, like I said, for me, this past week, very bland, did some things here and there, helped this guy pretty much do his thing. But the most important thing that I was really proud of was seeing Ira just kind of do some great work for our clients, so that was a pretty proud moment. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Igor, what you have going on this week?
No, it's awesome. It's awesome to see Ira doing his thing. It's awesome to see John finally starting to walk on his own and do his own work. So it makes me proud when I think about it. Where he's come from, where he's at now. It's a big deal.
That's right. Even your blood pressure's coming down.
Yeah.
Well, we're not talking about trials anymore.
Talking about trials, there's only one man in this table that was supposed to go to trial next week. But,
what happened at trial?
Ended up getting continued.
What a surprise.
Is that when your blood pressure started to go down?
No, we were ready,
That's why
man.
you're so relaxed right now.
We were ready, but the defense lawyer's going through some things like family-related medical emergency, which kind of sucks. So it is what it is. It's fine. We'll do it. We'll do it again sometime. And talk about Ira. He did a great job prepping that case. It's a tough case, but he did a great job getting it to where it needs to be to give the client a shot at success. And Sean did a great job too, getting up to speed and being a solid member of the team. A lot of hours went into that case over the last 7 days or whatever. So it's always good to see that work out.
Yeah.
Other than that, I was just doing mortgage check. That's important. I was managing managers, making sure that people were making sure that their people were doing what they're supposed to be doing, which isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but at this stage, it's necessary. The more people you have, the more important that becomes. And if you put the people in the right place and make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, then everything should work out for the better. And so that's pretty much it. That's all I did. So
Sounds like you were firing on all cylinders.
I was, man. I was hustling real good.
You keep your head down and your eye on the prize?
Executed. Keep my head down and execute it.
As long as we focus on what's important and don't get distracted.
I had my eye on the price the whole time.
No, that's good.
Operate at a high level.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is, I don't know if you guys know this, but sometime in my past I played baseball, and so
Really?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean,
I've known you for like 10 years.
it's kind of surprising, And so obviously, with all of the different baseballisms and different things they would say in the locker room, some of that shit kind of carries over in the law firm. These guys just can't help but to give me a hard time about it. But whatever, it is what it is. I'd say let's cheers to another great week, finishing a good year, and just keeping our heads down and getting the shit done.
Yeah, man,
To firing on all cylinders.
Exactly.